so what's toxic masculinity? So let's define that.
Well, when Moff is saying there's a leader there, sure, there can be a leader, but then when it's like, I make all the rules, you have to do what I say, what kind of relationship is this?
That's a relationship that a man is leading.
No, okay, how about we both have boundaries? I'm not going to break your boundaries. You're not going to break my boundaries. If you say, don't go on girls' trips, if you do, it'll make me uncomfortable.
No, it's not.
Bring that up.
No, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Boundaries
I say these are the rules. I say these are the rules.
Oof.
You can abide by them, or there's the door. It's really simple.
Are you single?
And you've got the freedom to do. We talked about this before the show. I don't answer these questions.
I'm just curious.
You're free, but I know, but like if you're just curious, and then it doesn't really make me want to answer because there's why.
What if I'm trying to hit on you?
I'm not interested.
Okay,
let me go over to Sophia really quick because I know that you mentioned you didn't get a lot of words in, and now
Sophia.
Where do you fall on this?
I think it definitely depends on the nature of the relationship. If it's too like the man wants to go partying in Vegas and so does the woman, but on separate trips, I don't think either people should want to do that. I don't know. It just out in the clubs and stuff like that. It's not I wouldn't want to, if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't want to go out to a club unless if it was with my partner. And even that, I don't like being in that scene just because I'd rather do something, I don't know. Stuff like that doesn't have much value to me.
Do you have any issue with a guy leading that relationship, Sophia?
No, but I do think that if he's saying that I can't, just from experience, if I can't go to the clubs, not that I would want to anyways, but if I can't, he shouldn't be. Which I don't mind not doing, but that's just from my own experience and what I've been through with that.
I mean, from my perspective, I don't care about clubs. It's not something that interests me.
Yeah. To me, that shouldn't be an argument.
Like, I get where you're coming from, the angle of, what's good for the goose is good for the gander sort of thing. If he can do it, then I should be able to do it sort of thing. But again, there are some differences in the responsibilities of the men and the women in the relationship. And the points that I've made and Moff is also making as well is, if you have the responsibility to that relationship, if you're going to take a bullet for that woman, if you're going to look after her, if there's a guy that breaks in the house and you have to deal with it, then you have to have some degree of authority over the relationship and boundaries that you set. And if you don't like those things, my advice to guys and the way that I run it is, that's cool. You're just not for me then, right?
Exactly.
You can carry on and go on with your life. I'm not interested in committing
boundaries.
To you. Yeah.
But I also see that if there's respect and trust in the relationship, him going out wouldn't be an issue, but I just didn't have that from experience. Just I don't want to say not allowed, but I wouldn't go out like that and he would, and then I would find out that he was talking to girls or stuff like that, which is just a bad case of it. That's just why I feel like that.
Yeah, I don't think that men are more trustworthy if they go to clubs with a bunch of boys. I feel like that encourages them to misbehave more. And me talking about this point, I'm not saying that I want to go to the club all the time if I'm in a relationship. If I'm in a relationship, I want to go to the club with my partner. But it's the fact that it's like it's not allowed without a conversation. That's messed up. I think it should be a conversation. What if it's my best friend's birthday party?
No, it's not a conversation. The way that it's handled is, hey, look, if you guys want to go out to dinner, that's cool, but that's it. And if you're the type of gal that likes to go out to the clubs and be out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, that's fine. It's just that you're not the girl for me. Exactly. And it's as simple as that. Like, you just part ways, right?
Exactly.
I want to say one more thing because we're going to move on to the next thing. But Bella, what you fail to understand, what a lot of young women fail to understand is that the kinds of guys that have these boundaries are the kind of guys that you want to date and you want to be with. They are top shelf, high level guys that make money, that can protect and provide, that can afford to pay for your lifestyle. So you don't have to worry about going 50-50 on rent. You don't have to work if you don't want to. No guy is going to give you all of that. And then you turn around and say, oh, well, I'm going to go to the club and party and listen.
There are guys. I like trust.
Loser guys.
I would like somebody.
Loser
to
guys will let
me.
you do it. Loser guys will allow you to go to the club and get hit on by other guys because guys
they're not insecure and they know they're confident.
It's got nothing to do with security.
They're confident in themselves, so they don't worry.
I can flip that on you, Bella, and say that it's disrespectful for a woman to go to a club.
You should respect my boundaries.
Okay, that's one thing. If you say it's disrespectful, okay, that's fine. I could almost agree with that.
All right. Let's move on to something else.
So let's move on.
I got a lot of stuff here. Yeah, put this.
Sorry, Spencer. You want to say something, bud?
Yeah,
sorry.
Jack question.
Okay. To Bella, would you call rich and secure with him not wanting to leave his Porsche Turbo S in the ghetto of Detroit due to the risks of doing that? Right? It's a valid point. Like, I trust the locks on my car, but I'm not going to leave it parked in a shitty neighborhood overnight because something bad is likely going to happen. It's the same thing when you let your girl go to a club with her girlfriend.
Your Porsche doesn't have free will. Your Porsche isn't going to drive itself.
Well, women to some degree kind of like operate in the hive mentality.
If somebody
like if all the girls do it.
If somebody's stealing and breaking your car, that means they are stealing your woman physically, like harassing her. So that doesn't really apply. It doesn't really connect.
Weren't you complaining last week about guys groping you in nightclubs?
No, that wasn't me.
Who was that?
Izzy.
Okay. Does that happen in nightclubs when you go, Bella?
If it did, well, sometimes they do it and pretend it's an accident. Like you'll feel it.
It's never an accident.
Exactly. If somebody did that to me, I would knock them like that.
Yeah.
Like that would not be okay.
Does that ever happen in the grocery store, at the library, or?
To other women, it does. I personally get more verbal harassment, verbal comments.
So let me rephrase it this way.
I'm not.
The probability of you getting groped is a lot higher in a nightclub. Yeah.
Yeah. Or on the streets.
So
I get catcalled a lot in Europe.
So why would you go to an environment where that can happen if you're in a committed relationship to a man?
Because music is fun, dancing is fun.
Stay home and listen to music and dance. Why don't you guys have a party? Why don't you guys come over?
Every once in a while with friends on like a special night.
Why do you have to go out? Why can't you stay home? There's drinks and partying and music.
Maybe it's Halloween. Maybe it's Halloween night and we want to have fun. You guys don't have fun.
You want to get attention from guys. You want to get attention from other men.
What? I want to have fun.
Because if it was about the music and if it was about
the
dance, if it was about the music and it was about the dancing and about your friends, hold on. If it was about the music, the dancing, and your friends, you just stay home and do all that yourself. Why do you need to go out for that and spend money? Like, why do you need to go get a bottle, go get a handle?
The house. Do you stay at the house all the time? That's boring.
Often. I have work to do. I mean, I don't have time to go out.
Most of my time at my house, but I go and have fun.
What is it about leaving the house that is intrinsically fun to you?
Well, that's a single type of behavior, right? So stay single if that's the kind of behavior that you want to indulge in, but you can't expect a guy to commit to you over a long term if you're going to act like you're single. Like, it's not complicated.
I do change my behaviors if I'm in a relationship. That doesn't mean you can't not have fun. I would prefer to go out with my partner if I'm dating somebody, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the goal. But if they can, or if it's somebody else's party.
Okay, so let's move on because we're just agreeing to disagree.
Wait, Spencer has something to say.
Bella brought up, what if it's Halloween, for example? I'm curious. It's Halloween, you're going out with the girls. What are you wearing for a costume? Are you going out in a sexy costume?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah.
There you go. No further questions, Your Honor. No further questions, Your Honor.
I'm always single on Halloween, though. No, I wasn't this last one.
How convenient.
It just October
break up with them before Halloween?
No.
It's like, October's rolling around.
Guys, we got to move on.
It just works out like that.
Hitting like 24.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.